Baker, the naturopath from New Zealand. Thanks for coming back. What's the difference between a dietary supplement formulator and a clinician, okay, a natural medicine clinician? These two creatures are usually separate kind of animals. We don't usually find them together. Formulators work for many different companies. There are so many companies out there. There are over 83,000 dietary supplements online currently, according to Google, in the US, sold in the US alone. Now, I would say the bulk of those, probably 80,000 of those, would be designed by formulators. So these are people who've done, they've done obviously a degree. They would be qualified in nutrition. They could be qualified in chemistry or biochemistry. The academic people often. They're usually well paid. They work for large companies, sometimes small companies, or they'll get contracted to work for a company. I've worked with formulators in the past with different businesses. I've worked with different companies, and these people are clever people, but they don't see patients. All they look at is formulas, but the formulas are often also controlled by the raw materials that they have access to, and they're also looking at a particular price point for that product. So, the raw materials will reflect that price point. They're looking for a very specific market, a niche, for example. So that's a formulator. They're nice people, but they've got no clinical knowledge. And often they don't really know what all the competitors are out there, what they make and how those products act. A clinician is somebody who spends time with people in a clinical setting. Somebody like me, someone who's seen thousands of patients, somebody who's worked with many, many, many brands, leading brands of supplements, both OTC, which is over the counter, but also prescribed, or what we call practitioner-based products. And these tend to have slightly higher amounts of raw materials and also better types of raws, activated B vitamins as opposed to non-activated B vitamins, specific chelated minerals which tend to work really well. So clinicians have access to a whole lot of different things, and they've seen a lot of things, and the longer he or she as a clinician sits in the chair with patients, the longer he or she will get expertise in those brands, but also more importantly in the action of all those products. The difference with me is I'm actually a formulator clinician, so both of those hats on at the same time. So when I formulate a product, it's formulated specifically for the patient, not for the market. I look at what people need, okay? So when I designed Canzina Remove was based on many, many hours of clinic, as I've mentioned many times on this channel, but it was also based on looking at hundreds of different types of products out there to see what people made, but more importantly to get feedback from patients and from professionals in my industry to know what's good and what's crap. And there's a lot of crap out there, all right? You decide what's right for you. I can't, tell you or say, look, I recommend you buy this. You can buy any product you want, but just be careful and think carefully when you do buy something. What are you buying into? Are you buying into a company that's just throwing products out there and paying lip service? Really to particularly the actions that you're looking for? Or are you buying into a company that's got your best interests at heart and works from a premise and a base of experience, clinical experience? There's a big difference. Have a think about it. Thanks for tuning in.